Can you see me, motherfuckers? Why isn't my fucking... There we go. Can you fuckers see me? What the fuck? Somebody say something, goddammit. Can you see... Am I fucking live right now? I reckon. I fucking hope so, or else I'm talking to myself like I do every goddamn day on the trail. Alright, somebody please tell me if I'm fucking live or not. Okay, thank you, Doug G. Goddamn. I need to fucking know these things. How's the audio? Is it coming in loud and clear? My beard's probably fucking up my mic, but whatever. I got my chawing tobacco, got my coffee, shit. Probably should have taken a piss before this, but whatever. I'll hold it for you motherfuckers. So, before we get started here, I am in Idlewild, California at mile... Well, I got off trail at mile like 151. It was like a 17-mile hitch into here, so I'll be picking up at 151, starting back tomorrow. We're going over the San Jacintos, man. There's still snow up there, so I got my micro spikes today, ready to rock and roll and build some goddamn snowmans. Hell yeah. I'm staying here at Silver Pine Lodge. It is fucking beautiful. I got my own private cabin, resupply. Hell yeah. This place is very fucking lovely. All right, so fuck it. I don't know. Here we go again. Fire off with your questions, goddammit, as long as I can read them. Live chat. There we go. What chew? I did grizzly wintergreen pouches on trail. I did blonde cut in town sometimes, just treat myself, but it's too much a pain in the ass taking all the fucking loose shit out of my mouth when I'm hiking. So I did pouches on trail. Hell yeah. All right, I ain't got shit to do, man. Fire off with the goddamn questions. How's the tent doing? Any complaints? So the Hyperlight tent, many of you know I got that. They sent me the prototype. It was a one-person prototype that sent me in the AT, which I used. And then they sent me the prototype two-person tent, which I used all off-season around North Carolina. And I think I mentioned in one of my videos in North Carolina that they'd missed the dongle in one of the inside door flaps. And they're like, well, we can't have that shit. So they sent me the brand new one. So I got the brand new one. Tent's been kicking ass, man. I mean, it's in the desert, so it's dry as fuck. The only issues I've had with it so far, the other night I had it collapse on me a couple times throughout the night because it's basically, I set up on fucking a beach, basically, loose sand and shit. And you got to fucking put rocks on your stakes to keep them down. Well, anyway, the winds came in that night and pulled my stakes and it collapsed. But the tent itself has been holding up. One night it got pretty chilly. I say chilly here in Southern California. It got down like the 40s. Slept with boat doors closed, minimal condensation, but it's a fucking single wall tent, so it didn't drip down on me or anything. Hyperlight tent's been pretty kick ass so far. Will I get an umbrella for the sun? You know, everyone's like, get a fucking umbrella. The comments have already come in. Fucking every goddamn comment in the videos. Get an umbrella. I don't want a fucking umbrella, okay? I've been putting the sunscreen on, which has been protecting my face. My nose peeled a little bit, but it's not that bad. You know what I mean? I bitch about the sun in the videos, but it's really not that bad. When I get too overheated, I go find a fucking bush to sit underneath it, and I'm good to go. It's hot, but I've got like a base tan going now. The first couple days were shit because I'm so fucking white, but you know, I got somewhat of a base tan going now, and it's fine. And Sawyer Products, who make Sawyer Squeeze and shit, they also make sunscreen. So they sent me some sunscreen here in Idlewild I can use the rest of the trail because I ran out of my shit the other day. So hell yeah. Sunscreen, man. I don't want to fuck with the umbrella. It seems like a pain in the ass. The only time the umbrella looks awesome is if you can just sit down anywhere you want. You have ultimate shade, like right then and there. I got to kind of find a bush, but it hasn't been that big of a deal. Hello from Washington. Yeah, I'll be up there eventually, goddammit. How are water sources along the PCT compared to the AT? Any issues? Early on, the water has been flowing like a son of a bitch. Yeah, the first couple of days were easy. The water is everywhere. I hauled like 1.5 liters at a time. But just recently, it's probably last week sometime, there was like it was an 18-mile stretch, dry stretch, until I got to town. Now, beyond that, for the fuckers that didn't go into town, it was like a 40-mile dry stretch, no water. So I'm paranoid about water, and I haul a shit ton. I don't mind carrying the weight, so any decently long dry stretch, especially if I think I'm going to be dry camping that night, I'll go ahead and haul 5 liters. So, you know, it's a lot of fucking water weight. It's like 11 pounds, but it's worth it to me, you know, in case I want to dry camp somewhere. I don't have to worry about fucking water. So, but early on in the trail, the water's been flowing, surprisingly, in the desert. It's nice. Yeah. How goes the Sony A7? Well, you tell me. How's the videos been looking? I've been noticing when I go sit down and edit at night in my tent that a lot of it's overexposed. I get it. I understand that. And now I carry an ND filter on my lens, but I like shooting at f4 so I get the nice blurry background. A lot of people don't like that. I like that style, so I shoot in f4. But when you do that, it's letting so much goddamn light in the camera, hence the ND filter. It's kind of like sunglasses for your lens, right? It lets you have the blurred background, but not blow out the fucking highlights and shit. Anyway, a lot of technical jargon. Sometimes what I have to do is I have to adjust this ND filter, right? And when it's so goddamn bright in the sunlight when I'm filming and during the day, I can't see the back of my LCD screen, right? So I don't know if it's exposed right. And I'm so goddamn tired, and I'll set down the camera to walk past it, and I don't check for the exposure. So I know the editing software I use, it allows me to adjust color and shit like that, but I'm so goddamn tired at the end of the night. I don't want to fuck with that shit. So you'll notice some clips are more blown out than others. It's just trial and error, man. I'll get better. It's a new camera, and it's bright as fuck in the desert, so that's been my only struggle with it. But you know, wiping it down every night, it's dusty and sandy out here, whereas on the AT I had to worry about the rain. In the desert, I just got to wipe the fucking dust and sand off it every night, so it'll last the whole fucking trail. How's the pack doing with the extra water weight? Hasn't been an issue. The Hyperlight pack sits very comfortably on my back, so hauling 5 liters, yeah, it hurts the shoulders a little bit, but and I'm used to it. It's not that big of a deal. It's when I have I just come out of town and I have 4 or 5 days worth of food on top of that 11 pounds of water. That's when I start to feel it a little bit, but you know, just suck it up and hike with it. Instagram photos are awesome. Thank you. Yeah, that's another thing with the Sony. The Sony takes killer photos. I've been doing the night shots, right? Getting out of my tent at night when I can get motivated to get out. The desert sky is fucking unreal. You can see every goddamn star in the sky, sometimes satellites and shit. So I've been taking a few astrophotography shots at night. I'm still scared shitless to get out of my tent though, because mountain lions, goddamn. Every time I get out to take one of those nighttime shots, I'm by myself on the fucking desert and I'm just looking around there's 50 fucking mountain lions just ready to pounce on my ass. But what's your favorite rock band? Side question. I dig side questions, and I love music. My favorite rock band is Clutch. It has been for a very long time. I love Clutch. The very few times I listen to music on trail, it's usually Clutch. If you go back and listen to their live from Flint, Michigan album, I was at that fucking concert. The sunset you posted, the reds were perfect. Yeah, that camp spot was the first legit awesome camp spot I had in the PCT. It's fucking awesome. I was up high, and then the sunset was just fucking unreal. I mean, the picture will never do it justice, obviously, but it was gorgeous. Fucking gorgeous. Hell yeah, Clutch. You goddamn right, man. What do you like better so far, AT or PCT? Now, that's one of those questions that I don't think I'll ever be able to answer. I love them for both different reasons. Now, the AT to me, it feels like home. It is like my first love, you know. I always have a soft spot in my heart for the AT, but the difference I'll say is it's just wide open vastness. You can see for fucking miles, and it's just one mountain peak after one mountain peak after another. It's fucking unbelievably beautiful. Cactus and shit everywhere. It's fucking crazy. And the lizards have been fucking pissing me off. Crackheads of the desert, man. Those lizards scare the shit out of you. I've seen one rattlesnate. Well, actually, I didn't even see it. It rattled at me, which is different from the rattlesnakes on the east. They don't rattle you a lot out there. And I ran into 2 on the AT in Pennsylvania, and neither one of them were fucking rattled at me. The one I came across here in the desert rattled at me well before I got to them, so I was able to avoid them. They don't want to fucking bite you. It's just, you know, I'm glad they rattled. I get the fuck away from them. I don't deal with snakes. That lodge looks straight out of Pigeon Forge. Yeah, Pigeon Forge, man, crazy. Yeah, this lodge is pretty fucking awesome. Wait till I get to the Timberline Lodge, man. That place, I can't wait to see that fucking place. I'm definitely staying at the Timberline Lodge. They film The Shining, hell yeah. But this lodge is pretty fucking baller. It's not that much money. I mean, the lodge I stayed at Julian was way fucking. It was like double the price as this one, and this one's better. So riddle me fucking that. You said still snow in San Jacinto, skipping. Just watched Second Chance. Well, San Jacinto, I'll be going over that in the next week. We'll be climbing up to, let's see, the actual PCT, you go up to about 8,900 feet, I think, and then it's a side trail to do San Jacinto. I'm still undecided. You know, it's up there, man. San Jacinto is what, at over 1,000 feet, I think, and there's snow up there at like 8,400, so it's going to be cold and shit up there. I have my micro spikes. We'll see. I'll be the judge of it when I get and see it myself. I don't know. I'm not used to hiking in snow, right? So until I get up there and see it for myself, I'm not going to risk fucking getting injured and shit and risking my goddamn life over it. It's just the mountain view. You know, I can come back and see it another time. So I really don't know if I'm going to go up and summit San Jacinto or not yet. I would like to, for sure. How's the budget on the PCT? Everything is way the hell more expensive out here. Fuck, compared to the AT. There's no hostels for one thing. There's a hostel in Big Bear Lake. The next town stop is like 150 miles from here. But other than that, it's been hotels and lodges and shit. There's no hostels like the AT where you just, you know, $30 or $10 for a tent in the backyard. There's none of that shit out here. On top of that, I'm paying like $7 a fucking can for chew. It's fucking retarded. So everything costs more out here. Goddamn California. And I forgot about the fucking, they charge you for bags at the goddamn grocery store. What the fuck's up with that? Bullshit, man. Do you have any favorite trail foods? Not really. I'm sick of trail food. You know, even at home, like this past off season, I ate trail food at home too. I fucking hate cooking. I was eating ramen and rice sides and shit at home in the off season. I got burnt the fuck out and nothing tastes good to me anymore. I've been sticking with rice sides because that's what I never got sick of on the AT. But even my hiker hunger is not quite there yet. So I got to choke down a bag of rice sides still. I mean, my hiker hunger will kick in eventually. But yeah, I'm just burnt out on hiker food, man. I don't have a problem snacking throughout the day, but breakfast and dinner. My favorite dinner, I guess, would be broccoli cheddar rice sides with crushed up Cheez-Its and pepperoni. That shit tends to never get old. Snickers bars and Nutella. That shit never gets old either. Although the Snickers have been melting. It's basically you just squeeze them out of the wrapper out here in the desert. What about the Nutella? I got it, man. Yeah, I had the ghetto Nutella to start out with. I ate it in fucking 2 days, so I ran out before the next resupply. And then I got to Warner Springs, and all they had was a community center. They didn't sell Nutella, so I've been out of it. But a YouTube subscriber just sent me a resupply here to Idlewild, and he hooked it up with some Nutella, so I got it the next stretch, man. Hell yeah. That's my dessert at the end of the night, every fucking night. How long? Wait, what are you estimating your through to take? How long? I don't know. 5 to 6 months, probably. You know, as long as the funds hold out and the winter doesn't hit Washington too soon. Heard from Roscoe. Roscoe's doing well. The sitter has been showing me pictures of him, so he's doing good. Yep, seems happy as can be. So Roscoe is still kicking, man. Hello from North Carolina. Well, hell yeah, North Carolina in the house. Shit. Better try snooze. Yeah, I'm not into that snooze shit. I've tried it before. I like my grizzly, man. Is there a bubble on the PCT? I'm spitting everywhere. That's what you get from chewing. Nowhere near the AT, man. On Springer Mountain, there was like 60 fucking tents when I was up there to start. Yeah, there's hikers around here. I mean, you don't see a lot of them when you're out on hiking, you know, especially in the mornings. I hike for like 2 hours and not see another hiker. It's when you get to town, it's like anywhere else. And then all the hikers convene in town and shit. There's some people out here, but it's nowhere near as busy as the AT, which is fucking nice. Hello from Utah. I've never been to Utah except for Salt Lake City. I've been to the airport there. Weird fucking place, but Utah looks gorgeous. Won't be long till you run a second chance hiker. Yeah, I watched like 2 of his videos before I hit the trail. I know he's moving pretty slow, so yeah, I'm sure I'll catch him at some point. I'll bullshit with him for sure. That guy's inspiring as fuck, man. Missed the preview ratings. Yeah, there's no previews out here. I don't think the video came out yet, but I did mention since I don't have preview reviews, I talk about the soil, digging my cat holes. Soil has been lovely. It's a lot easier to dig cat holes out here in the desert than it was on the AT. There's no these bushes and shit out here don't have major root systems, so you can dig a cat hole in like under a minute. It's fucking awesome. But compared to where the AT, you're like chopping roots and shit to fucking shit in a hole. I did do one preview review of a fucking portage on in Warner Springs. That's all I had, so you can look forward to that. How's the new stove working out? So I used the Pocket Rocket 2 on the AT, right? Had no issue. I mean, obviously had issues with it. I broke 2 of them, but I like the Pocket Rocket. This year I switched to the Optimist Crux Light. It's been kicking ass, man. Yeah, it's been windy in the desert, and I haven't. What I usually do, because I don't have a windscreen, I use my Thermarest sit pad as a windscreen. I just kind of put it on the stove, but I haven't had to use that out here in the desert. Yeah, the Optimist is awesome. What I love about the Optimist compared to the pocket rocket is the flame is more distributed. It like comes around the pot, the flame does, whereas the pocket rocket was just dead center. So I get like a major fucking burn mark right here in the bottom of my pot, whereas the Optimist kind of, the flame kind of wraps around, and it seems the boil times seem a lot quicker on the Optimist. So hopefully I don't break that fucker. Will you do Mount Whitney? That is the fucking plan. I mean, how can you do the PCT and not at least try to go up Whitney, right? Good evening, you motherfucking sunshine. Well, good evening to you. It's like, yeah, I guess it's evening there on the East Coast, huh? 4 o'clock here. I'm still not used to the time change. How's the weather been so far? Well, if you've been watching my videos, I bitch about the heat. I'm not used to hiking in hot weather, man. I don't like it. And it's not that hot, blazing hot. It's going to get hotter. It's been in like the low to mid 80s during the day, which is still fucking, you know, you're exposed in this shit. It's fucking hot. But the last 2 days, I mean, obviously I'm wearing a puffy right now, and it rained yesterday. It was fucking actually cold. So, you know, the first week it was kind of brutal because I wasn't used to it, but you just adapt to it, and I'm sure I'll be fine, you know, going forward. Just cover up. I got a long sleeve shirt and put sunscreen on. What's my average mileage for it so far? I don't fucking worry about mileage. I would say probably 15 miles a day. That's about what I average on the AT. And I've done like a 15 mile a day, a 17 mile a day, a 19 mile a day. You know, just I don't look at mileage too much. When I get up in the morning, I check gut hooks to see generally where I might camp tonight and where the water sources are. But I basically just hike until I don't want to walk anymore. And if I see a killer camp spot and I'm only 5 miles in for the day, well, fuck it. I'm going to camp there because it's a killer camp spot. And that sunset I had the other night, shit, I was only 15 miles in for the day and I could have hiked farther, but I'm not going to pass up a camp spot like that. It's fucking killer. So I don't let mileage dictate my day. I just hike till I don't want to hike anymore. Did I ever hitchhike in a Speedo last year? No, it never happened. I carried them fucking Speedos the whole goddamn way and never wore them. Will I be rating the water sources? Nah, I mean, I talk about the water sources. Water is gold out here. You get so fucking excited when you see water, especially those dry stretches, man. Water is everything out here. There's been a few, I've come across like 3 water caches that locals put out, which has been awesome. There was an underpass where we kind of chilled under the shade, and there was 2 big ass tubs of water, like gallons of water in there, and then like 2 other water caches. So the locals know that we're out here in the heat. They hook you up, man. It's so much appreciated. But yeah, and I haul a lot of water because I'm paranoid about that shit. How much food are you eating a day? Not much. Like I said, my hiker hunger isn't quite there yet, so I have to force myself to eat breakfast, force myself to eat dinner. I have no problem snacking throughout the day, but the hiker hunger is not quite there yet. Y'all need Jesus shirt? Yeah, I got it on. I mean, I'm actually wearing 2 fucking shirts, but I'm not gonna show you my shit. I got my Jesus shirt on underneath this. Still wearing that in town. Except I'm wearing my own branded shit now. Walmart sells that for $5. I sell it for 30. Which, by the way, if you guys are wondering, if you go on my website and the store is all sold out, I didn't want to have to fuck with that while I was on trail, so I just, I'll fuck with it when I get home. I mailed all that shit out myself, so I don't have time to do that when I'm out here on top of filming and editing videos. So if you guys want stickers and shirts and all that shit, they'll be back on for sale when I get back home. Have you ate the Red Kettle in Idlewood? Best breakfast on the trail? Yeah, I had Red Kettle today, but I didn't have breakfast. I had lunch. I had a bacon cheeseburger. It's pretty good. Yeah, I asked the locals here, well, the gals here at the lodge where the go-to place for breakfast was. They said the Red Kettle, and but I was lazy getting out of bed this morning, so I didn't get out there till 11, and I had lunch. But yeah, Red Kettle was good. It's funny what you crave in town. On the AT, I craved pizza and ice cream and Diet Coke, which Diet Coke hasn't changed, but it's been burgers, man. Burgers and Mexican food I've been craving. So I've had like 3 amazing burgers on the trail and then 2 amazing taco Mexican meals. It's funny what you crave at different parts of the country. I think it's being here in Southern California, the Mexican food down here is legit. So I've been craving tacos, and then burgers have been on my fucking mind every day. La Casita. Yeah, that's where I plan on going on tonight for dinner. Yep. I heard the Mexican joint here in Idlewild is fucking awesome. So I had the Red Kettle burger for lunch, and then I went for a second lunch at the pizzeria. I just had some breadsticks, and then I'll go to the Mexican joint tonight for dinner. And we'll be back on trail in the morning, man. Yep, perfect time. Are you back on trail tomorrow? Yep. Like I said, it was like a 17-mile hitch into here. I think the lodge has a list of trail angels, free shitters that give you shuttles back. But I don't think hitching has been easy around here. For the most part, there was one when I was trying to get into, I think it was Julian. I ended up walking like a mile and a half down this hot ass fucking road till some asshole picked me up. Some little old lady, actually. She was a deer. But yeah, getting into Idlewild was an easy hitch for sure. How's the free shit? Water, man. I've come across free water on the trail. More important than any fucking candy bar or soda or anything like that. Yeah, water is big time. But as far as like typical free shit, I think this third day, I think I came across a campground, and I can't remember. I think it's called the Wolverine Group or something. They had a campground there, and they've been doing it for a couple of years, and they hooked us up with candy and soda, and I guess they were doing burgers that night, but I had rolled in there somewhat early in the morning. But yeah, nowhere near as much as the AT though. Worse shit on the AT, the first 5 days you have like free shit at every goddamn road crossing. It almost gets too much. You can't fucking hike. Have you designed a new town shirt for the PCT? No, I'm wearing my Jesus shirt. Well, the ones I made, that I sell. Yep. I'm sure I'll come up with some new designs after I get done with the PCT. I need some new catchphrases, though. What's some catchphrases I've been saying that are new? I don't notice I say shit sometimes. So you hitched in from Paradise Valley Cafe? Yeah, that was the easiest spot to hitch. Even though it was 17 miles, it's a major fucking highway. So that was the easiest way. My original plan was to start going up to San Jacinto's and then taking a side trail down. But then after looking at the elevation, I didn't want to fucking do that because you're basically hiking down fucking 2 miles, and you have to hike up 2 miles to get back to the PCT. I didn't want to fuck with that, so I done the last minute change in plans and just hitched in from Paradise Valley. It was much easier. So that's where I'll be starting tomorrow. Mile 151. Saying hell yeah a lot. Yeah, I say that all the time. Yeah. I notice it more when I sit down to edit it, and I'm like, do I really say that shit that fucking often? Like, goddamn, shut up, motherfucker. Are you planning on doing any challenges? Mickey D's challenge. Yeah, well, for sure the Mickey D's challenge. That's at mile like 340, 341. I think it's Cajun Pass, I think, is when you come up on that Mickey D's. I haven't thought about any other challenges other than that. Well, you have to skip a lot of areas due to fires. I don't know. I haven't really looked at fire closures yet as far as getting up to like Oregon, Washington. I might have to. It's just the lay of the land. That's how the PCT is. And last year there was miles and miles of trail that were closed. So it's just the way it is. In the Sierras, you never know what the fucking snowpack's going to be like. I'm not going to risk my life. I always say live to hike another day. No trail is worth my fucking life. So if I get to the Sierras and I'm like, that looks sketch as fuck, I'm not going to fucking do it. I'm not going to have any shame in that. I can go back and do it another time. But I will hike as much as I can, that I feel safe. What is your mountain lion strategy? I'm going to whip my dick out and poke them in the eye with it. I don't know. I'm scared of shitless of mountain lions. I never seen a mountain lion in the wild. I've heard them scream when I live out in Montana. It's fucking eerie shit, man. And it's always in the back of your head out here. I don't think any thru hiker has ever been killed by a mountain lion. I think there was 2 people that were killed last year. Not hikers, but there's always the possibility you just, fight back. Fight for your fucking life. That motherfucker, I was in Colorado, strangled that motherfucker to death. Fight or flight, man. Until you're in a situation like that, you don't know exactly how you're going to fucking react. Plan on doing night hiking to avoid the heat? Not really. Night hiking is not really my thing. And filming for you guys, it's just a hell of a lot easier, obviously, to do it in the daylight so I can see shit and film it. The heat, I bitch about it every fucking day. You'll see it in the videos. I bitch about the fucking heat. But it's, I deal with it, right? It's just my way of dealing with the heat. I bitch about it, but it's not that bad, really. And it's just much easier to film in the daytime. And I just like getting up at a reasonable time, hiking, and then getting to camp at 6. I like camping almost as much as I like hiking. So I enjoy getting to camp somewhat early, being able to sit around my tent and cook dinner and watch the sunset. I love all that shit. So that's why I try to generally get to camp around 5 or 6 if I can. Do you have a plane ticket for Damascus for trail days? No. I'm going to try to hit up the PCT days. Hopefully I can time that out. That'd be cool. I know the PCT days isn't as big as Damascus, but I think it's getting pretty big. Over the last couple of years, it's grown a lot. You guys been watching Nightcrawler on the CDT? I don't follow too many YouTubers anymore, but last night I just had some time to kill, so I was trying to catch up on Nightcrawler. He's the only guy I really like watching. I love that fucking dude. Nightcrawler's he's awesome, man. He's fucking real in that regard. He's fucking awesome. He doesn't give a fuck about anything. It's awesome. It's very breath of fresh air. God damn it. Have I seen any scorpions out there? No, just that I heard that one snake. I saw a couple other snakes, not rattlers, and then a lot of lizards, rabbits. There's just a ton of rabbits in the desert, and what else have I seen? I guess that's about it. A few horses, people riding horseback out here, which is cool. I got to meet a badass bulldog named Sully here in Idlewild at the cafe. Apparently the mayor of Idlewild is a dog, wears a tie. I actually saw him when I came into town the other day, but it was raining. I didn't stop to say hello, but yeah, I'm going to get my video if I can today, if I see him around town. I love dogs, man. I come to town almost sometimes just to see the dogs. I wish this goddamn chat would just stay on this fucking screen. I got to keep tapping the motherfucker. His name is Max, the mayor of Idlewild. Cool, good to know. Yeah, I saw Max, but I didn't get to properly introduce myself. Are you worried about bears up north? Nah, I guess there's brown bears, in Northern California. Somebody told me there was a family of grizzlies up there somewhere too, but I'm more scared of mountain lions than I am bears. Pine cones. Yeah, pine cones. Those pine cones are fucking awesome. I've never seen pine cones that big. You guys got to remember, this is my first time ever in my life I've been to California. This is all fucking new to me. So my reactions on YouTube on the videos, that's legit, man. I've never seen this shit before. So it's fucking awesome, man. I get excited about big ass pine cones. Easily amused, I guess. The wildflowers in force. I mean, the desert is beautiful. It's fucking gorgeous. Yeah, the flowers are everywhere. It's awesome. I mean, me being from North Carolina and shit, when I think of the desert, I always thought about tumbleweeds and something like fucking East Texas or some shit. The desert is gorgeous. It's green as fuck right now, and there's wildflowers everywhere. It's fucking beautiful. I gotta calm down when I'm filming. It's funny. On the AT, right? I would film, like when I go down and edit at night, there would be like 50 to 70 clips, right? I would put together. I've been averaging like 150 clips every single day. I've already filled up a 128 gig memory card. Those things aren't cheap. I gotta calm down when I'm filming. I was so damn excited to see everything. I was filming everything the first week. So, but that's gonna be expensive if I keep doing that. Besides that, it's been taking me like an hour and a half to edit a video every fucking night. I want to go to bed, man. Do you plan to go into Wrightwood? Yeah, there was a YouTube subscriber I think hit me up on a DM on Instagram that lives in Wrightwood, offered to buy me dinner when I get there. So at least go in there, get a free meal. I ain't gonna pass that shit up. Would you shave the beard to be cooler? No, the beard protects my face. People are like, doesn't that get shit hot? No, it protects my face from the sun. All that's exposed is my nose and my cheeks. And I'm wearing sunglasses and shit, so the beard actually helps in this fucking weather. For sure. Manliness is not seasonal. Fuck your no shave November. No shave ever, bitch. There's your phrase. What's my phrase? Allison Miller. Are you scared to hike the Sierras? Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it's fucking sketchy as fuck, man. I've never been up like fucking. I guess when I lived in Montana, I was up there in elevation, but hiking in snow and shit with ice axe and crampons and micro spikes and all that shit. I've never done that shit before. This is all new to me. So yeah, I'm scared. Fucking human goddamn being, man. I'm scared shitless. But I'm gonna go up there. See that shit for myself. I'll make a decision when I see that shit. All right, when I hike alone, right? But when I come up to those river crossings and shit, you bet your ass I'm waiting for someone to show up to do it with. I ain't fucking doing that shit by myself. Fuck all that dying bullshit. I ain't trying to fucking die on no trail. Can you swim? I don't want you to drown in river crossings. I can swim, but I don't like the water. I'm not deathly afraid of rivers. It's mostly open water that I'm scared shitless of. And it's not that I can't swim, but I get like panic attacks when I get out and I can't touch the bottom and shit. It's just a mental thing, you know. I freak the fuck out. So, but yeah, I'm not crossing them rivers. If it's sketch, I'm not doing it by myself. Fuck that shit. You go as a group of people to do it safely. Yes, sir. Play it safe. You're damn right. Yep. No trail is worth my fucking life. As much as I love this activity, I ain't trying to die out here. No, sir. Are you thinking of night hiking at all? Well, I mentioned that earlier. And I don't really think about it. I like the whole like 8 to 5 schedule. Like, you know, 8 to 5. I take my. There's people that get up and start hiking at 5 a.m. I'm on vacation, man. I'm sleeping the fuck in, man. I'm a breakfast cook back home. I'm tired of waking up at 5 a.m. All right. I generally get up around 6:30, and I take my sweet ass time and I enjoy my breakfast and enjoy my coffee. And I usually roll on trail around 8 a.m. You know, and then take a lunch around noon. I usually got about 10 miles in by noon. Take a nice siesta for a couple hours, hour or so. And then bitch about the heat in the afternoon and stop hiking around 5 or 6. That's been my schedule pretty consistently since the beginning. I'm happy with that. Is the new microphone working well for you? You tell me. How's the audio level? I'm carrying a dead cat on there, which is kind of cumbersome, but I'm carrying it because I had hoped that the audio was better, you know. 24-hour challenge. You know, that's one thing I would be interested in doing. That's the one time I would hike at night. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what my body is capable of because I've never really done that. I think the farthest I ever hiked in a day on the AT was like a marathon I did one day. So yeah, it would be interesting to see if I'm capable of actually hiking for 24 fucking hours. Yeah, I would like to do that for sure. Where is I know there's a stretch where that's conducive to doing that, you know, flatter terrain and stuff. I don't know where it's at, but if you know, let me know and I will look that up and probably try to do that. What came first, sobriety or the trail? Well, I grew up a deer hunter in Michigan, so outdoors has always been part of my life. And then I became a full-blown alcoholic and kind of just cut that shit out of my life. So, but like serious backpacking and hiking and shit, it came after I got sober because, you know, I spent basically 15 years of my life drinking every day, all day. And then when I cut that out, I had nothing to do with myself. What do I fucking do now? I'm not drinking. So that's when I started hiking and filling that void in my life. So the serious backpacking and all that shit came after sobriety. It's between Hiker Heaven and Casa de Luna. Okay, thank you, Russell in the bush. Thank you. I will make a mental note of that. How many miles do you think I can hike in 24 hours? Props on sobriety. Well, thank you very much. It was the hardest goddamn thing I ever did in my life. Well worth it. 5 years. I've been 5 years sober since December 19th. Did I work 2 jobs before the PCC? No, this time around I was able to only work 1 job because I got to give a shout out to my employers back home, Sunny Point Cafe in Asheville, North Carolina. They were 100% behind me wanting to do the Triple Crown. So when I came back home from the AT, I had nothing. You know, all I had was on my back, and There was a spare house on the property where my restaurant is, and they let me live there rent free. So I was able to just work the one job and save up and buy new gear and upgrade my camera gear and use all my spare money for that. So that was very, very helpful. People usually do 50 to 60 miles in 24 hours. That seems doable. I mean, fuck. Heather Anderson did 50 miles a day every day on the PCT. Fucking mind-blowing, man. That woman is unbelievable. You guys, I haven't read her book yet, but Heather Anish Anderson, Anish is her trail name. She was the first woman to do the calendar Triple Crown. She held the AT self-supported speed record and PCT. And this past season, she just did the calendar triple, and she wrote a book called Thirst. And she, on her tour, she came through Asheville, and I got to meet her right before I came on trail. That woman is fucking inspiring as all shit. Fucking amazing woman. Much, much fucking respect. Have you thought about penning a book? I've thought about it. I don't know. Maybe when all this Triple Crown shit, if I do complete the Triple Crown, maybe I'll have time to reflect back on all this shit, and maybe I'd like to put my thoughts to paper for sure. I've got so many fucking memories just building up, and that's kind of what these YouTube videos are an outlet for currently. But yeah, when it's all said and done, I would like to write something about my travels. Her book is pretty damn good. Well, good. I need to check that out when I get off trail for sure. When do you think you'll need a new pair of shoes? I don't know. My current Ultras, I had about 100 miles on my 3.5 Ultras before I came out on this trail. So now they're at what? About 250 miles on them. They're still holding together. They didn't get tore up as fast as the AT. Well, there's now the roots and rocks and everywhere. I don't know. I bought all my shoes in advance. Well, at least I bought 4 pair of them, so they're ready to go when I want them shipped. Hopefully I can get 500 to 600 miles out of my first pair. We'll see. But like I said, they already had 100 on them before I came out here. So my heels are starting to go first. You know, those zero drop shoes, the heels always go first on them. So once I start feeling that the support is completely gone, then I'll swap them out. Where did my chat go, mine? There it is. Will you do a book of your photos? Well, that was the original plan for the AT, and then I broke all my fucking cameras. So when I started, I was taking most of my pictures with my iPhone, and iPhones take great photos for like Instagram and shit like that. But once you start blowing photos up from an iPhone, they don't look as good. So that was the whole idea of upgrading my camera gear to take better photography, because I've fallen in love with that shit. And photos that I've been taking so far on the trail, because there's more megapixels in that full frame camera, I'll be able to blow those up and hopefully do a nice photo book when I'm all said and done. It's not going to be anything like fucking Twerk and his Hiker Trash Vogue and shit, which is fucking mind-blowingly awesome. That guy's a hell of a photographer, but I think I've been taking some pretty good photos so far. So yes, I would like to do a photo book from this trail at least. Do you do a break-in before you use your shoes on trail? No. When your shares way out, you just get a new pair in town and then boom, put them on and start walking. I haven't had an issue with the Ultra Lone Peaks having to break them in. They're usually good to go right out of the box. At least for me, anyway. Is the sand and dust affecting your lens camera? Yeah, it's an issue. I gotta constantly wipe it down. It's just dusty out there. And there's been a couple times where I set my tripod down on some, uneven rock or something, trying to get a cool shot, and then it'll fall over, and then it's covered in sand and shit. I gotta stop and clean it off. And then every night I try to be diligent about, when I get in my tent every single night, to take some lens cleaner and my microfiber towel and clean off all the ports and everything in my lens, and just try to take care of it, because I don't have the money to replace that fucking camera. That shit's way too expensive to be replacing on the trail. So that fucker's got to last me, or else it's iPhone for the rest of the fucking trail once it breaks. And I originally was going to try to bring 2 lenses out here, but it's a mirrorless camera, and if you take the lens off, your sensor's exposed. I'm too paranoid about getting dust on that fucking sensor. I have a blower for it, but I'm still paranoid about taking that lens off. So I've been shooting with a 16 to 35 wide angle, and you know, she's been working fine. It's only an f4, so it's not as good as like a 2.8, but that 2.8 G Master lens 16 to 35 is like $2,000, so I can't afford that shit. Are you into astrophotography? The stars of the desert have been insane. Yeah, if you go back on my Instagram, Say by Mountains, I've taken a few astrophotography shots of my tent at night. It's fucking amazing. Now, the lens I carry is not made specifically for astrophotography, but it does a decent job. I'm not going to get any killer like Milky Way shots, probably, not really in detail anyway, but yeah, it takes pretty good nice star shots. Do you use any flavor enhancer or electrolytes mixes in your water? Yeah, for dinner I do. I'm good with drinking water all day because that just tastes good when you're out in the heat. But at night, I carry not so much the electrolyte stuff. I brought Gatorade, those Gatorade packets this last go around, but anything flavored is just good for dinner. You know, just to change up from drinking water all fucking day. So yeah, I usually drink that with my dinner, with Kool-Aid packets, whatever you can find. For sure. What part of the trail has been your favorite so far? It's hard to say. There was this meadow I walked through, was it 2 days ago? It was, I felt like Mary fucking Poppins. It was just a big ass field, man, and you can see for miles, and it was just grassy. It was awesome, man. I was out there by my fucking self. That was fucking cool as hell. But the mountain views out here are just mind-boggling. Are the views better than AT? I wouldn't say they're better. It's just there's more of them. Whereas the AT, you might hike 8-9 miles and not see a fucking view. And there's nothing wrong with that. The green tunnel can be extremely beautiful. You know, I love the green tunnel, but as far as like open views of mountains, it's just everywhere you look. You're hiking these fucking ridge lines, right? It seems like forever, and you just look out and it's just, you can see mountains for days. It's unreal. What town food do you think of the most? It's been cheeseburgers and Mexican food recently. The most recent cheeseburger outside from the one I had in here, Idlewild, was the Paradise Valley Cafe I had yesterday. It's supposedly, according to Gut Hooks, they claim is the best cheeseburger on the PCT. It was pretty fucking good. It was like a half a pound, bacon Swiss mushrooms. I think I got the Jose burger. Bacon Swiss mushrooms, guacamole, and jalapenos. Holy fuck, it was a half a pound in this badass brioche bun. It's a good thing I came into town after that because I did not want to fucking hike after that burger. It was fucking amazing. Love the video quality of your trail videos. Well, thank you very much. Try to get better every day. They'll get better. I'm getting back into the swing of things. You know, I took 6 months off, so the videos will only get better, I'm hoping, the farther I get up the trail. Same thing happened on the AT, you know, the more farther I got, the more used to the camera I got, and the better the videos got. So this is a newer camera for me, so I'm getting used to it, more used to it every day. Man. Hashtag hiker trash. Any snake incidents yet? No, just that one rattler. I heard it, but did not see it. Thank you, Mr. Rattlesnake, for rattling at me. I did not want to step on you. There's one time I had a cactus bit me. I set my tripod up where I was going to do a walking shot next to a cactus, and I got a little too fucking close, and the goddamn shit got into my finger. Stabbed me. I'm picking out cactus needles. How did you tell your job that you were only working for a few months? I just told them straight up. I'm like, you know, I didn't expect to have my job back. I said, I'm going to go hike again. If you want to fire me, but I'm going to go hike. So if you want to hire me back, cool. If not, I'll go find another job. So, but they were supportive of it. So I'm a line cook, so I can get a job anywhere, really. You know, it's funny. I was sitting in Julian, California. No, I can't remember. It was some fucking, Mount Laguna. That's what it was. Mount Laguna. I was sitting in this tavern, right? And I got to talking to the owner, and I had mentioned that I was a line cook, and she's like, well, I'm opening up a new restaurant. If you ever want to come out to California, you get a job. So I got a job offer on trail. I can get a job anywhere as a cook. It's very nice for moving around and shit, for sure. What's after the CDT? I don't know. There's a lot of trails out there to do. I really would like to go out to New Zealand and do that Tearoa trail for sure. Whether or not I do it right after the CDT or not, I don't know yet. Might need a year off. We'll see. I live in New Zealand. You should totally come out here. Yeah, I'd love to. I've never been in New Zealand. That Tearoa trail is Araroa. Is that how you say it? It's becoming very popular from what I understand. There was a gal she's from Australia, I think. I met like the second day here on the PCT. She had literally just got off that trail and came directly from that trail over to the PCT. She said it was fucking beautiful. You could tell she just came off trail too, because she's busting out miles, man. Her trail legs were in tip-top shape. Well, I'm like 15 miles for the day. I'm done. Fuck all this shit. But yeah, she was trucking. Any smaller hikes in mind under 1,000 miles? Yeah, I would love to. The Colorado Trail, Arizona Trail. You know, there's plenty of shorter trails you can do. You don't have to do a 6-month long hike. Camino, yeah, there's a million trails out there to do. It's just when I set out for this journey originally, before I even set foot on the AT, I knew I had the Triple Crown in mind, and that's what my main goal was 2 years ago when I conjured up all this shit in my head. I knew I wanted to do the Triple Crown, so you know that comes first. How long did it take you to come up with your channel intro? I don't know. I think it was pretty quick, actually. I tried to change up the song originally. I think I had posted it on my Instagram, and everybody got butthurt. They're like, "That's not an IB Tap video." People got so used to that song being, my intro that I couldn't get away from it. So I had to appeal to them and go back to that song because everybody got pissed off that I tried to change it. Which is pretty funny. It's funny to me, some of the shit people notice. I mean, last year, one time, there was this woman that noticed I tapped my mug 4 times, right? I had no idea I was doing that. And then one morning, I tapped my mug 3 times, and she got all butthurt. Some of the shit people get used to is fucking crazy. Pillow or no pillow, pussy? I'm not doing a pillow this year. I attempted to bring a pillow out on the AT, and then it deflated like the first day. So I said, fuck it. Just been using my clothes bag, and that works probably. I'll put my pack under, at my head, and then I'll put my clothes bag on top of my pack. That's been perfectly fine for a pillow. My sleeping pad fucked up, and my sleeping pad started deflating the first day. So I've been having to blow it up like twice a night, every fucking night. It was becoming a pain in my ass. So I just bought a new Neo Air today in Idlewild at the Outfitter because I need my sleep. It was the same exact pad I carried in the AT, so I guess I can't bitch. I contacted Thermarest, and they're like, well, it probably got pinhole marks in you can't see. I couldn't see a fucking hole, so I said, all right, fuck it, I don't have time to send it back to you guys to get fixed. I'll just buy a new one. So $220 later with tax. But at least I'll get a good night's sleep tomorrow night for sure. Hang your food or not? Nope, nobody's hanging their food out here. There's nowhere to hang it, really. Just dead-ass trees somewhere, but mostly just bushes. From like Virginia on last year, I never hung my food either. I just sleep on it or put it in my tent. Will you change any gear getting farther north? No, I don't plan on it. Unless shit breaks, I have to replace it. The gear I have works fine. I'm happy with my gear choices. I have an extra layer in case it gets colder up north. I might have shipped up, and that's about it really. I got my micro spikes, but I gotta get my ice axe. I'll have that shipped up to Kennedy Meadows and my bear can. But other than that, just carrying all the same gear until shit breaks. Do you think you will hike with a tramway at any point? No, I don't like hiking with people. That's my time. That's my therapy time. I need that time to myself. I have no problem bullshitting with people in camp or in towns and shit, but when I'm on trail, I'm being by myself. And nobody wants to hike with my ass anyway. I'm fucking talking to a camera all goddamn day and setting up camera shots and going back for the camera and shit. Nobody wants to hike with my ass anyway. So good. Be by myself. Are you on any podcast this trail? No, I had, as many of you know, some of you, I did Backpacker Radio last year for the trek. And I told Zach Davis I would do it again this year, but he wanted first time through hikers to be on that. So it was like a new experience. I thought it'd be cool to follow somebody all the way through the Triple Crown. That was my whole idea. That's why I offered to do it again. But he said he wanted to do all first timers. So I've been on a couple podcasts. Byland, BY Land podcast. I got interviewed for that. This is before I got on trail. And Trail Tales podcast from a guy that I met on the AT last year. He was a through hiker. He started a podcast called Trail Tales. You look that up. I did an interview on that as well. But no podcast this year as far as, correspondent. I just got my YouTube thing going. Hiking alone is the best therapy. You goddamn right it is. Yep. I mentioned this in a video. You'll see it coming out. I talk about this. And it's so funny because just hiking is the most simple activity of all time, but it is the most satisfying there is. Just walking through the woods is it's the best therapy there is. How can you send me resupplies? I've got quite the list of people going at this point. It's insane to me, the support I've been getting. But if you do want to send me something, hit me up on Instagram. Send me a DM on Instagram, and I'll get in contact with you later down the trail. But like I said, I have a huge list of people wanting to send me food at this point. It's fucking awesome. It saves me a lot of cash because food is expensive, man. You got to buy food every 5 days or so. Shit adds up. It gives you time to yourself. Yes, best therapy, and this is true. And I get it. I always got on the AT last year. Doesn't the filming take away from your hike? Well, going along with the therapy thing, when you're hiking all day, so much shit is going through your head all day. Some of it's mindless walking, and you're just like zoning out, and you talk to yourself all day long. Well, when I have a camera, when I turn on the camera, what you guys see on YouTube is a lot of times I need to just get shit out of my head that's been in my head all fucking day hiking. That's generally when I'll turn on the camera and get it out of my fucking head. That's been therapy. The whole vlogging thing has helped. Do you use a GPS or just a lot of planning? I don't plan shit, really. I try to plan shit, and then plans always fucking change. I have a spot device, GPS, just for like SOS, and it allows me to send text messages out when I don't have cell service. That's more of a precautionary thing. Cell service has been somewhat decent on the trail. I usually get text out with my phone, but gut hooks is mainly for water sources and the general idea of where I'm at, what towns I'm coming up on. I'm planning out, going into town, things like that. I use gut hooks, as everybody else does out here. Do you ever feel not like do you ever just not feel like filming? Yeah, quite often. Quite often I do. I bitch about it to myself a lot, that sometimes I just want to fucking hike, and I'll be honest, it's sometimes I wish I could just go out and hike, really. But that being said, the positives I get from vlogging are way outweigh the negatives. So, but yes, there are obviously those days that I'm just like, I don't want to fucking film. I just want to hike and enjoy this goddamn mountain view, not have to talk about it. But to me, it's worth it to film it. I've gone back since and watched a few of my AT videos, and I'm glad, so very glad I did it, because, I'll go back and watch like my Katahdin video or the 2,000 mile marker video, and it brings me back to that fucking exact moment, and it feels great. I love reliving that shit, so it's definitely well worth filming. Cash is funner. Where can I donate? Cash is always good too. If you go on my every video I put out, if you go on the channel description, I have some links if you want to, hook me up with free ice cream cone shit. All those links are down in my video descriptions. I try not to preach that shit because people are like, oh, it's just begging for money and shit. Well, call it what you want. I'm out here working. It's not like this is easy. Filming and editing video, it's a job, really. So I justify it in my own head. It's not like I'm out here begging for money every fucking day, but it is work, and it's like I'm working an 8 to 5 job, really, out here on top of fucking up mountains in 85-degree weather. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Carrying the black hyperlight pack to the white one. People were like fucking out here, oh, that black pack is going to feel way hotter on your back. I haven't noticed a goddamn difference at all. It's fucking hot regardless if I had the white pack or the black pack. There's plenty of people out here with white packs. There's plenty of people out here with black packs. I haven't noticed any fucking difference. My Snickers bars are going to melt regardless when it's 80 fucking degrees outside. I haven't noticed any difference. What I do like about the black pack is it's more durable. I mean, as far as the material that Hyperlight uses for their black pack is thicker than the white pack. That's why it's cost more. It's more durable. And I've been throwing my pack everywhere on the sandy, dusty, you know, you're throwing up against spiky ass bushes and shit. So I'm glad I had the black pack. It's more durable than the white one was. But as far as the heat goes, I haven't noticed a difference at all. A lot of Harley Davidson groups around here. Harleys galore. Come on, chat. Get all going there, man. I can't see it. What was your motivation to film and hike? Hiking, like I said, it was when I got sober. That's what my activity I was drinking with. Filming, I've been doing YouTube. Many people know I've been doing YouTube for like 15 years. I used to have an old channel where I used to just get a bottle of Jack Daniels and drink my ass off, talk mad shit to the camera. I've deleted that channel since because, you know, I'm sober. But yeah, I've always been a fan of editing video. Back in high school, I used to edit like our football teams, highlight reels and shit like that. So I've always been fascinated with video editing. And then when I moved out to Montana and got into mountain biking and shit, I used to film, you know, my mountain bike trips and stuff. So it was just natural progression. Once I started hiking, I just started filming that. And when I was we're back now. Sorry, I lost you for a minute. Any chafing yet? My ass started chafing the same fucking day. Yeah, because like a dumbass, I didn't put Body Glide on right off the bat, which I should have. And then hiking through the desert and shit, my ass started chafing right away, and I started using Body Glide, and it hasn't been an issue since. So, Body Glide will save your fucking life. I'm always make sure I have that shit. Once your ass starts chafing, it's lights out. You're done. You can't walk with that shit. Would you please do a meet and greet? Get out on the fucking trail, man. Get ahead of me. I'll catch up to you. What does your pack weigh? What does your pack weigh, you mean? I don't know. I don't really weigh it. If I had to guess, probably, I mean, it varies how much water I'm carrying and food and shit like that. My base weight was like, without food and water, it's probably like 14 pounds or something. But then some of these stretchers are carrying 11 pounds of water and like 4 or 5 days worth of food. So I can get up there around 35, 36, 37 pounds sometimes, right out of town. I'm used to carrying the weight though. It's not that big of a deal. If your shoulders start hurting, just take your pack off, take a break. People get too caught up with numbers and shit, in my opinion. I met dudes out here that have like 80-pound packs and shit. Still getting up the fucking mountain. If you want to carry the weight, carry the weight. People get too hung up on numbers. It's not why you're out there. You're out there to enjoy the scenery, enjoy the trail. That's the most important thing. So when people start talking numbers and shit, it's like, I don't give a fuck. All right, my folks, I will be on here. Let's do another about five minutes, and then I'm just go and relax. Are you using the same trekking poles? Not the exact same. I carry in the AT because I bent those fuckers. I ended up having to super glue them, so I can't, you know, extend them anymore. But yeah, it's the same brand. I use Lucky cork lights. I like those poles. The cork handles are key because if you get the ones with like the rubber or the foam handles, when your hands start sweating and shit, that feels slimy and gross. The cork handles at least soak up some of that sweat on your hands so it doesn't feel as gross. Ready for tomorrow's video? Well, hell yeah. You won't see a trail video today because this is kind of replacing that. But I'm about like a week and a half, I think, on the videos, so they're uploaded and ready to go. I need your autograph. All right, send me something to sign. I'll sign it for you. You ever watch your first gear video and think, what the hell was I thinking? Yeah, if you go back, like before I started the AT, I was new to all that shit, man. I was the asshole that went to REI and bought all my fucking gear in like 2 weeks and then went down the rabbit hole of ultralight shit and rebought everything. So, yeah, all that old shit. If you go out, watch those old videos, I was just like everybody else. Went on YouTube and what do I buy? Okay, I'll buy this, you know. Go watch Darwin videos or Diction videos. Okay, I'll buy that, you know. That's why I would say, people, I don't give gear recommendations. I get hit up all the time. What gear should I use? What pack should I buy? What tent should I use? I don't recommend shit because what works for me may not work for you. The only thing you can do is buy the shit and try it and see if it works. Backpacking gear is the most subjective thing on the fucking planet. Just because a hyperlight pack works for me doesn't mean it's going to work for your ass. I never recommend gear for that very reason. REI does have a good return. Love it. Yeah, I milked the shit out of that. I returned a lot of shit to REI. I still have a lot of the shit too, though. I loan it out to friends and stuff because I don't use it anymore. All right, guys. A few more questions, and then we'll get on out of here. Triple Crown next year. Well, got to finish PCT first, but yep, that's the plan. We'll get on CDT next year. Did I ever get my trail boner to go down? No, when I'm hiking, I got a hard on 24 hours a day. I let pigeons sit on it when I'm hiking. Hyperlight at REI now? Yeah, Hyperlight's at REI now. I saw that right before I went to the REI in Asheville, and they had their packs there. And a lot of the cottage companies, they're finding their way into REIs, and a lot of these outfitters, like the outfitter here in Idlewild has Z-Packs, I think, and they have a Hyperlight shit. So yeah, it's good to see all these cottage companies expanding out because they're awesome people. Not just Hyperlight, but Z-Packs and Granite Gear and some of these smaller companies, they're doing it right, man. I'm glad to see them expanding. All right, fuckers, we'll do one more question. Give me a good one. One more question, goddammit. Best question wins. Let's see it. I'm reading. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Cheering you on from Rexylvania. Thank you. Fuck your rocks. What's that smell? I took a shower, but I still stink. All right, fuckers. Looks like it's all congratulational information. So thank you for following along. We're going to keep this going. Hopefully my camera doesn't break. We'll be back on trail shortly. Tomorrow, moving on from mile 151. We're moving right along, fuckers. Thank you again for following along. We'll do more of these Q&As anytime I'm in good Wi-Fi or in cell service in a 0 day. I'll keep on doing this the whole way up the trail. So, all right, fuckers. We'll holler at you fuckers next time, man. Hell yeah.